Radio Marshal. Barry Cosmos. It is Straight Talk time, and then we will be coming back after this timeout with the news update at 10. Thereafter, our guest will join us in the studio. Welcome aboard, people. It is the main event on radio. Stick around, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Vibes on vibes, I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle light. You know I'm just that type. No, them nothing kill my vibe. Them nothing kill my vibe. You nothing kill, you nothing kill, you nothing kill my vibe.
Echo FM.
Color your broke, no cut this locoto. Body they draw me like a bono. Body they don't know. I say color your broke, no cut this locoto. Kelly they bossy my pololo. Can make a salute your commando. Can if you balance, I give you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Tell your back, keep it connected. And I can follow your Cresco. Sunday, dale Cresco. Play for your waist. And I go play for your waist.
What is this magic? I need that magic.
Body cloth you dey wear, it be chassis. This your be like you dey practice. You be too you be less. I dey triple, now you be too fresh. All the moves you dey bust, na chana. Now wahala you dey cause, na yawa. You be stinking, you got a bad guy singing. Baby do me jelly oh. I beg you do me jelly oh. Baby do me jelly oh. I beg you do me jelly.
Die for the dough. Tell her one more for the dough.
All right, please listen to this public announcement. It's from Echo FM, and these are Ojezrobodo, our traditional and African cultural program is coming up again this month. For this month, Ojezrobodo will fall in Obibi Urata in Owerri North local government area. The people of Obibi, are you ready? All right, this is going to be holding at Alum Orie School Field, Umalum in Urata. Please, everybody at Obibi Urata, are you ready to host the cast and crew of Echo FM as they come with the priest and the priestess? Of course, the station manager will be there. You want to see the Slim Diva? Hurry up at Alum Orie School Field, Umalum at Urata there. So, Ojezrobodo, congratulations to Obibi Urata. This is your time to be with the crew of Echo FM. Attention, attention, attention. The Eastern Waste Management Corporation, EWAMAC, hereby informs the general public that, with immediate effect, it is an offense to discharge, dump, or dispose of any form of solid waste, liquid waste, hazardous waste, domestic waste, or any other type of waste into the air, on land, or on roads, in public spaces, in drainage systems or channels, in waterways, or at any unauthorized location. Any individual, business, organization, or operator found engaging in such acts will be prosecuted in accordance with the environmental law and subjected to the appropriate penalties. In addition, any business premises found to be involved in environmental pollution will be sealed pending further regulatory action. There shall be no exceptions, favoritism, or interference in the enforcement of the directive. This measure aims to promote a cleaner, healthier, and pollution-free environment across Imo State. Businesses are therefore advised to comply strictly with proper waste management practices. Hence, anyone who notices an organization connecting their sewage disposal to drainage channels should report to these numbers: 0704 614 7405 or 0806 219 7847. Please be warned. Signed, the management of EWAMAC. Please, this is a public information. Everybody should take it serious. Remember, cleanliness is next to godliness. We also call on EWAMAC to evacuate all the deaths, every refuse dump in the state. I've been shouting, the refuse dump behind IMSU Junction, behind IMSU back gate, is getting out of hand. They should please go and remove. Thank you very much. We head to our news desk now to bring you the news update at 10.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
Echo FM.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo,
Country people, this not story time on Top Echo
and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Catch up with the latest news updates on Echo 100.7 FM Owerri.
From the newsroom of Echo FM comes a news update at 10. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. The federal government has stated that Nigeria's digital alphanumeric postcode system scheduled for launch this year will transform commerce, strengthen security, and significantly reduce delivery cost nationwide. The Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, described the initiative as critical national infrastructure designed to address Nigeria's long-standing challenge of poor addressing systems. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has raised concern over increasing vandalism of poor transmission infrastructure in parts of Niger State, warning that the trend poses serious economic safety and electricity supply challenges. The General Manager, Transmission, Abuja Region, Engineer Musa Shuaibu, called on traditional rulers, community leaders, vigilante groups, and security agencies to support efforts to protect critical national assets. The Commissioner of Police in Oshun, Ibrahim Gotan, has dismissed allegation of bias in the handling of politically related violence in the state, describing the claims by a group of protesters as untrue. The police commissioner stated that he had made significant strides in crime fighting within the year he has served in the state. He noted that while individuals have the right to demand his redeployment, his record of achievement would speak for itself. The Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the North Central Geopolitical Zone, DIG, Ishaku Mohammed, has assured of safer schools across the states of the region, urging parents and guardians to continue to prioritize their children's education despite the prevailing issues of insecurity. According to the DIG, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, emphasized that ahead of the 2027 general elections, the Nigeria Police Force is committed to ensuring that the exercise is rancor-free across the country. And in the world of business, the Central Bank of Nigeria launched the Nigerian Overnight Financing Rate, a new transaction-based benchmark interest rate designed to strengthen transparency, improve monetary policy transmission, and deepen the country's financial markets. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, stated that the initiative formed part of the Apex Bank's broader efforts to build a more resilient, efficient, and credible financial system. And in the sports, Senegal coach Papa Thiaw insisted that the controversy of January's African Cup of Nations final was firmly a thing of the past as his side focused on the World Cup and their opening opponent, France. Senegal, who had been furious at a goal for them being disallowed, were able to celebrate becoming African champions for the second time. However, they were stripped of the title 2 months later by the Confederation of African Football as a punishment for the walk-off. The foreign scene, the Strait of Hormuz will be completely open from Friday after a deal between Iran and the U.S. to end the Middle East war that limited shipping in the critical bottleneck. President Donald Trump has confirmed. Trump stated that the strait was already partially opened, although there was hunting going on to ensure it was cleared. And that is all for the news update at 10, brought to you by our news desk. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM, on X at Echo FM_Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for listening. Stay with us for Straight Talk.
Echo FM.
Every day,
Every hour
every minute,
and every second.
breaking news occur
From our villages,
in our cities,
new government policies,
the economy,
politics,
social news,
entertainment news.
security concerns.
We, the people, converge.
To analyze
Separating facts from fiction.
lies and truth.
We dissect.
We integrate.
We harmonize.
We criticize.
And we bring you all the juicy details.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. It is Straight Talk.
Straight talk.
Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry, and I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event, and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
All right, everybody, welcome to Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. Without wasting our time, we shall go straight into the conversation. The High Court, led by Justice Peter Lifu in Abuja, has deregistered ADC, APP, a court party, and two other parties in Nigeria, and that has caused a lot of firestorm in Nigeria. For the parties affected, what is their fate concerning this? And of course, the legal implication of this, those are the things we are looking at. Bearing in mind that there is a subsisting judgment from the Supreme Court that has affirmed APP as a lawfully registered party. Court of Nigeria. Why would a judge sit over a matter that has already been decided by the Supreme Court? That is one matter we need to deal with. The other one is the appeal court, which has already given an order of pending. Everybody should maintain their status quo, don't do nothing until they hear the case in the appeal court. And then the High Court goes ahead to sit and listen to that case to go as far as deregistering the ADC. Well, a lot of issues to be dealt with. So many legal things. What does the law say about deregistering parties? Okay, those are the things we will be dealing with. So today, I have the pleasure of hosting Barrister Chuks Aguba. I keep fumbling with this name all the time. Barrister Chuks, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos and beautiful Emolites.
Okay, Barrister is here to help us with this legal interpretation. The courts have become a very, very big problem to Nigerians. They're giving Nigerians heart attack all the time. I don't understand why that is happening, but definitely it is here. I know it is your jurisdiction. You can defend them all you like, but definitely they're giving us nightmares and heart attack. Well, we also have the publicity secretary of the Action People's Party, the APP, here in the studio with me is Mr. Steve. Good morning and welcome, Mr. Steve.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
How did news enter your ear?
Good morning, Molite. It is not shocking because it has been antics of the opposition.
Okay.
The ruling party.
You feel it's the ruling party that is doing this one too?
Yes. It's more or less destructive tendencies of the ruling party. And it will not hold water. It's null and void because there is a substituting court judgment of the Apex Court of the Land, the Supreme Court.
Okay, that court was there, and yet these people sat. And what exactly do we need to deal with this one now? Anyway, I think your party has already given up a speech on that already. We are going to take a look at that. I received a speech, a notice from Ugochinyere himself. He sent a notice which we're going to read out to the people of what he said. And of course, all right, we are joined now by the chairman, state chairman of the ADC. Good morning and welcome, Ogami. Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. Network is always a problem when you are dealing with these issues.
No, but I'm here. Good
okay,
morning.
good morning. You can hear me. Welcome aboard, Chairman, ADC, Imo State. Welcome aboard, sir.
Good morning.
All right, we have a panel. Now, let's go straight into the conversation. The ADC has been deregistered, Chairman. Please, for the records, can you just state your name clearly so everybody can know who we're talking with?
Well, I am Professor James Ukoroma.
Professor James Ukoroma.
I'm the Imo State, I'm the chairman of Imo State chapter of the African Democratic Congress, ADC.
Okay, your party have been deregistered. What's your take on that?
I don't think it has been deregistered. What you saw, what you witnessed yesterday, or what the world saw yesterday was the height of judicial impunity. And no lawful nation will tolerate that level of rascality by a misguided judge. The matter in question is still before the Court of Appeal. And the Court of Appeal in May, on the 22nd of May, gave a stay order on that matter.
Okay.
And fixed further hearing for the 27th of October, 2026.
Okay.
As we speak, the Court of Appeal is also entertaining an aspect of that matter. It should be going on now. And a judge, flagrantly, in total disobedience to judicial order and convention, violated an order issued by a superior court, a court with superior jurisdiction, that is the Court of Appeal. I think what happened was what you saw was an indecent haste by a judge to circumvent justice, to give judgment without justice. They know, the APC-led government and its agents know that on the 26th of June, by next week, INEC will be giving codes to political parties to upload the names of their candidate for the 2027 general elections. So what they did was to preempt INEC and to ensure that ADC, which is the strongest opposition platform in the country, does not fail the candidates. But they have failed because of this indecent haste. And Nigerians will stand up to them, because if you make peaceful change impossible, you make violent change inevitable. That is John F. Kennedy.
All right. Great one there, Chairman. Of course, we have the APP with us here in the studio, and we have a legal practitioner, and two of the parties that were deregistered by the Justice Lifu judgment. The APP is here. Before I come to you, Barrister, let's hear from the APP now. Please, Chairman, just stay with us. You can be listening so you can join the conversation. All right, Steve.
I'm here. He's laughable.
The APP purportedly have been deregistered by Justice Peter Lifu of the Federal High Court. What is the APP doing now?
My brother, it is surprising that we are having judicial recklessness by members of the bench, especially the notorious, controversial Justice Peter Lifu, who has been dishing out judgments that are very, very spurious, very, very unacceptable, and not in tandem with the rule of law. The man is synonymous with this our judgment, kangaroo judgment in the recent time, and the ruling government have always used him as a tool. For us in APP, we are the darling of the people from Abuja, across the 36 states, and Imo states. And Imo here, we are the... APP is not only the main opposition party. APP is a party of the people. If you watch in the recent time, across the 305 wards, across the 27 local governments, across the 5,000 and something polling booths in Imo State, APP is studied, positioned, structured.
Okay.
Let's
only there. And then the company is
and not only that. What I'm saying in effect is that the ruling party is afraid of going to the poll with the visibility, the acceptability of the main opposition party in the state and in the federal. That's the problem. So what we have seen is just a destructive tendency and antics of the ruling party to more or less form a one-party state, which people, analysts, Nigerians across divide have continued to say it. Why will a government for the past 3 years that said they have done well worried about opposition parties? And in this, it is a contradiction of the process of the court. This court, this particular matter, have been retired at the apex court of the land, the Supreme Court. It started from the Federal High Court, Appeal Court, which affirmed that APP is duly registered and should be allowed to participate in all political matters and elections.
So what you're saying is that this is null and void?
This is null and void. Everybody knows that.
So there is no implication. INEC would not come after your party. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm even thinking, the leadership of my party, the APP, the Elephant Party, is studying the judgment. And we may proceed to National Judicial Council to discipline this particular notorious judge who has been giving these judgments. Because it is an affront.
All right, thank you. We don't have time to go back and forth on this issue. So the Federal High Court, I have with me here the CTC of a judgment that involve that barrister will be coming to you with this in the Federal High Court of Nigeria in the Owerri Judicial Division held on at Owerri on Tuesday, the 2nd day of June 2026, before the Honorable Justice in Owibo Judge, suit number FHC/Owerri/CS/39/2026 between Mazi Ogororo Franklin Chinazo is a plaintiff and the Independent National Electoral Commission, Attorney General of the Federation, and Action People's Party as defendant. The judgment order upon this originating summons dated 8 April 2026 and filed the same day coming before this Honorable Court this 2nd day of June 2026 for judgment. And the court have delivered its judgment by Honorable Justice N.I. Nwebo, who is the judge. Okay, decision by the Supreme Court is misplaced and arises from clear mischaracterization of that decision. Counsel contended that the Supreme Court did not make any definite pronouncement on the subsiding status of the third defendant, but reaffirmed the constitutional and statutory powers of the first defendant to regulate political parties, that the third defendant was, moreover, not a party to that matter before. There are a lot of things here. I don't even understand.
You don't want to go into it.
I don't want to go into all that, but definitely there is something that was circled, and let me bring that one up. Right. It said, in response, the first defendant said that because of its official duties, it became aware of proceedings instituted by the third defendant, which is the APP, in reaction to its status. The first defendant, which is INEC, did not introduce copies of the proceedings instituted by the third defendant. See paragraph 18 of the counter. The third defendant, in reaction, exhibited a copy of an enrolled order of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, which has blah, blah, blah there, the APP versus Independent National Electoral Commission. Therein, the APP had filed an application for leave to apply for judicial review by way of certiorari, whatever is written there, certiorari prohibition against INEC in granting the leave sought. The court also ordered the leave granted and shall operate as stay of all actions related to or connected with the subject matter of the suit. Of course, see paragraph 8 and 9 of the counter affidavit. In paragraph 6 of this further affidavit filed in the reasonable court affidavit, blah, blah, blah.
Are you sure
the defendant plenty reiterate its observance. So whatever all these jargons means, what does it really mean? What does it really mean?
It means nothing.
It means nothing.
You don't just read out something from... is that a judgment?
It's a judgment.
You're still reading the side of analysis.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting, right? So waiting in the summary, I think it's part of what they are saying, that the judgment has already been given, that which we all had, that APP is to be registered as a lawful party by the Supreme Court. So what does it entail? Before I bring the chairman in.
Yes, if it is about the APP, you talked about their judgment, the existing one that you said has gone to the Supreme Court already, but the judgment from the Supreme Court. I think, this issue of judgment, when we use the word judgment, it depends on the course of action.
Okay.
You see, if you're talking about the status of APP as a political party, maybe whether their registration was legal, was appropriate, is different from checking the benchmark after election.
Okay.
Political parties who are already registered, also immediately after election, you now apply this section 225A.
Okay.
To check if they are to continue to exist. So these are two different things. Somebody may have gone to court to argue that the way you were registered, you did not make the minimum qualification, which has to do with maybe branches all over the nation, so many other things. Somebody may have gone to court. That may have been the course of action. I'm just stating.
Okay.
But now there is difference between that one and the course of action as to you are not supposed to continue to exist.
So that's what Justice Lifford.
Yes, from listening to both parties and from what I have read or calculated so far, I think the course of actions are not the same.
So in this case,
but where they are making a good case, both the ADC and the APP, is that this matter, there is a stay of proceeding.
Okay.
And if there is a stay of proceeding, and the judge even mentioned that he was aware of it, that there is a stay of proceeding, asking you to stay every proceeding on a pending determination of certain interlocutory application before the Court of Appeal. And that's even the incorporated trustee of whatever legislatures they call themselves have also gone to appeal court to say, vacate this order of stay of proceeding. And that's they that have gone to ask the Court of Appeal to vacate their order.
Has not been done.
I learned that matter is coming up tomorrow at the Court of Appeal. They are the ones that also went to court and say, you asked Federal High Court, you asked Justice Lifu to stay proceeding. Please vacate it. Let's continue proceeding. Why you understand? That is exactly what they went there to do.
So what?
And the court, even them, they are going to even hear their own part of application, asking the court to vacate order, staying proceeding, is coming up tomorrow or thereabout. And this court have gone ahead to. I learned he served them hearing notices to appear, and they showed up and he read his judgment. And you see, I am not going to defend. You say you always come to defend. I'm not defending.
I didn't say you defend. I say
I'm not an unreasonable person that wants to defend, what I would call unlawfulness. You understand? This is unlawful judgment. No matter how you look at it, if you are asked to stay, you stay. That is what judicial precedent entails, and that is what judicial hierarchy entails. You don't go on. And particularly if I am a judge, you bring such application, I won't even look at it twice. I will strike it out. You know why? If you want to determine the continuity of a political party, you bring it immediately after election. Elections concluded as far back as 2023. That is the appropriate time to say, APP
It is
did not make it.
25%.
ADC did not make it. Let's remove them. They are no longer political parties. You do not wait until these parties, all of them, they have already commenced another phase of election.
Yeah.
They've all done
congresses.
Their congresses. And you now come to say, oh, they are not. Well, if I were a judge, I would be asking you, what have you been waiting for? You waited until they get to this point?
Okay, just before I go to chairman, is Justice Leaful liable for any penalties by the legal
I don't
system?
answer such questions.
You don't answer such questions?
He's not.
He's not. No, because from everything
he's not, but I know that
illegal.
he said they are going to. He said they are going to report him to the
NJC.
I know that when you said everybody wouldn't support such. Okay. Even the judges, we have very responsible judges everywhere.
Yes. True,
they are in Imo
true,
State here.
true,
they are everywhere.
True.
It's not a question of judiciary like all of us that we are all maybe
one or two corrupt heads run this.
I don't know when you say corrupt. That's not the word I use.
No, corruption is say deniability. Don't worry, no wahala. Okay, let's get back to the chairman. Chairman, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the ADC planning to do now that this issue has come up now? What is the next line of action from the ADC?
Well, we're on top of the situation. We will deploy all lawful means to upturn this rascality, unacceptable rascality. Even the submission of the judge is not factual in Kogi State. One state assembly seat in Kebbi, and another state assembly seat in Kogi. So the facts are there. INEC has the records. INEC had earlier on submitted that ADC should not be deregistered. We still have our members in the House of Representatives. Abejide, who recently defected to APC, was elected in 2023 on the platform of ADC.
Okay.
He was re-elected. He won election twice on the platform of the ADC. So I don't know where they got their facts from. And look at that section 225. It's either you make 25% in the presidential election.
Oh, you want
state,
one elective seat, okay?
Yes. And we got elected.
We want local government governor.
ADC got 2 members in the House of Representatives. So I don't know where they got their own facts from.
Okay,
and
so
I know.
Are you going back to the court?
Certainly.
They're already in court. They are not out.
I don't want to commit anything, but I
Okay.
know that our lawyers are on top of it. The party is on top of it. ADC will be on the ballot in 2027.
Chairman, with this now, and you also have the Bala Mohammed court case saga, do you think the ADC is still going to overcome all these legal hurdles, and is it not something like it's going to derail the plan of the ADC towards the presidential election?
No, nothing will derail ADC. Bala, I'm a legacy chairman.
Okay.
I joined ADC the day it was formed.
Okay.
Bala was nobody in ADC, and the facts are there. All these conflicts were manufactured by the APC to distract the main opposition party in the country.
All right.
That is correct.
Just watch. Very soon, INEC will publish the list of candidates. And everybody will go and rest. These things, in the course of time, will be resolved. But we will deploy lawful means in the interest of Nigeria to resolve these conflicts. Our leaders are on top of it. We are not bothered at all. We are not bothered. Evil, the triumph of evil over good is temporary. It doesn't matter how evil lasts. It can never last forever.
Thank you very much. Okay, just before I go, this is a public, what is it called? Notice to the public by the APP. Well, the title is APP Not Affected by Justice Leaful's Deregistration Judgment. Existing court decision remain binding. APP remains registered, eligible for 2027 elections, despite Leaful's deregistration judgment. Ruling overtaken by superior judgments. APP deregistration, Leaful's ruling, an academic exercise can't override the judgment of superior courts. Contrary to reports arising from the recent judgment delivered by Justice Peter Leaful, ordering the registration or deregistration of 5 political parties, available legal records indicate that the Action People's Party APP is not affected by the ruling and remains a legally recognized political party entitled to participate in Nigeria's electoral process. Legal analysts and party stakeholders have pointed to a series of existing judgments delivered by courts of competent jurisdiction, including the Federal High Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court, which have consistently affirmed the legal status and continued existence of the APP. According to available court records, no fewer than 3 Federal High Court judgments had previously held that the APP satisfied all constitutional and statutory requirements for registration as a political party. These decisions were subsequently affirmed by the Court of Appeal and ultimately reinforced by the Supreme Court, effectively settling questions surrounding the party's legal status. Observers note that the hierarchy of courts and judicial precedents make it difficult for any subsequent judgment to invalidate or override decisions already affirmed by the Supreme Court, particularly the Supreme Court. All right, it's a very lengthy one. Let me stop there. Very, very lengthy.
And if you listened well, you would have understood what I was saying.
Yes,
the writer of this letter believed what was handled in that court has to do with qualification for registration.
Now, that's where I'm heading to now. Steve, did APP participate in the 2023 election?
Yes.
Did you win any seat, whether local government, councillor, House of Rep, and anything? Did you win that?
Yes.
Which one?
In Gombe State,
okay,
APP had 2 House of Assembly seats.
Okay.
It's on record. It's in the public domain. In Nasarawa State, they had 1. Today, in Imo, APP have 2 National Assembly members.
No, they didn't win that seat.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't win.
They have met the statutory conditions as required by INEC and the Constitutional Electoral Act.
Is that legal?
Yes. No. He's not talking about this Imo State. I think he said they have made based on what he has mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Based on what he has mentioned earlier.
Even in the presidential election, they made the statutory condition 25%. Today, in Imo, as the main opposition party, Honorable Barrister Ikenga Imo Chinyere is a member of the House of Representatives, representing Idato North, Idato South Federal Constituency. He's a member and a leading member of APP. Honorable Barrister Matthew Nwogu is a member of APP in the House of Representatives.
Did they win the seat with APP?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because of the dynamics of the politics of Nigeria, they have joined APP. Before then, members of APP...
It was overturned by the court as part of APP's victory?
Yes, it was also overturned because of this same judicial rascality.
No, if it's overturned, you don't count what is overturned.
Okay. Okay. Before I come to Barrister...
So today, from that statement, that press statement, from the national office of the party,
all right,
that has laid bare the argument or the rumor that APP is deregistered. The clarification of the national office of the party, led by Barrister Uchenna Nadi, is that APP don't supposed to be included in whatever that was done yesterday.
Okay. Now, sorry, no time. I'm trying to regulate my time so that we can get our callers are not in.
It is the height of judicial rascality by Justice Peter Lifu.
Okay, now, Chairman, sir, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Chairman, this seats you talked about winning, was it done in the 2023 elections or 2019?
No, 2023, 2019.
You won in 2023, 2019.
Yes.
Are you serious? Okay. Now,
Lekki is still in the house.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
And
Great.
was elected.
Great.
On the platform of federal constituency.
Does this satisfy the condition for them to?
Yes, I think they don't. I don't think they have any issues because I know INEC. You know, in matters in court, you have. For instance, this is an originating. They use originating someone to file this suit.
Okay.
And then INEC has filed their own counter affidavit. You know, they sued INEC also because they joined the INEC so that the court will make an order directing INEC to carry out this deregistration. This is court order directing INEC to deregister. It has not even been done yet, but though court has said deregister them. Now, INEC filed a counter to that application. First, INEC maintained that these political parties they've met the conditions required.
Okay.
That from our record, we have done our due diligence. They met the conditions required. So we don't think there is any, breach to enable us deregister them.
Okay.
And there is a whole lot of intrigues in this case. I learned the Attorney General was part of the respondent, and suddenly, somehow he became